So class, the next question. Observe figure 3.8 of neap tide and answer the following questions. Okay. So this you can see here, this is the figure 3.8. And now you have to answer the question. Which phase of the moon does it show? Here you can see they are not in the straight direction, in one direction. Okay, the moon, earth and the sun, they are in the right angle. Clear? Now just tell me, which phase does they show? Which phase does they show? Quarter. Quarter moon. Okay, understood? Which phase does it show? Quarter moon. Why? Because it is forming the right angle. What are the relative positions of the moon, the sun and the earth? Just now I told you the answer. The relative position of the moon, the sun and the earth are such that the moon, the earth and the sun make an angle of, they make the angle of 90 degree. Okay, so this is the relative position. What? They are making the angle of 90 degree. What effects will it have on the tides? What effects will they have on a tide? Such position of the moon, the earth and the sun will lead to neap tide. What will happen because of this position? This position, there will be neap tide. Understood? Okay. Next question is, differentiate between high tide and low tide, spring tide and neap tide. So this answer you will directly get in your textbooks also. Okay, what is high tide? What is low tide? There are only two points you can write over here. Okay, class? So, see, I will tell you the answer. Listen, all of you. High tide and low tide. High tide. A rise in a seawater level is called high tide. Low tide. A fall in a seawater level is called the low tide. Okay, well, or you can write like this also. See, I'm telling on my own. When the water level increases, it is high tide. When the water level decreases, it is low tide. You can add one more point. At the time of high tide, seawater is very close to the coast. At the time of low tide, seawater is far away from the coast. It is so easy. Will you able to do it? Please? Okay. Next is spring tide and neap tide. Now this you should able to do it on your own because this answer is there in your textbook. But what points will you write? I'm telling you. See. Spring tide occurs on full moon and new moon days. Yes. Neap tide occurs on a quarter moon day. Here you can see page number 11. You will get the answer. Okay, page number. If you want, you will get this answer on page 11. Okay, class. So again, I'm repeating. Spring tide occurs on full moon and new moon days. Neap tide occurs on a quarter moon days. One more point you can add. During spring tide, the total pull and recede of seawater is much higher than the average pull and recede. And neap tide, during neap tide, the total pull and recede of seawater is much lower than the average pull and recede. Only the word you are going to in spring tide it is higher and neap tide it is lower. Is only the difference which you are going to write. Understood? At the time of spring tide, the water, see, okay, average pull is very high and at the neap tide it is very low. Only keep this in mind. Understood? So will you able to do it? Yes, I know you can do it. Hmm? Next is describe the positive and negative effects of the tides. Okay, describe the positive and the negative effects of the tides. So, what are the positive effects? What can you write about the positive effects? Can you tell me? Hmm? Page number 12. You'll get this answer on page 12. Okay, class. Yeah. Page 12, effects of tides. So, positive effects, you will write with the high tides, fish move into the creeks and this helps fishing activity. First point, there also the points are answers is given in point only. So first, second, the tides clear the west and hence the coastal become clean. Third point you will write, due to the tides, ports do not get filled with sediments. Next, ships can move up to the ports during high tide. Next, during high tide, seawater can be stored in salt pans from which salt can be obtained. Next, the tidal force can be used to generate electricity. Next, the tides help in maintaining the mangrove and coastal biodiversity. This will come in positive points. Now, what are you going to write in negative point? Okay, positive and negative. In positive, all these points will come. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 points. And in negative, only 1 point will come, which lack of an understanding of the timing of high and low tide may cause accidents to swimmers entering the sea. Did you got everyone? Page number 12. Clear? So there you will get the answer. Okay, class? Did you got yes or no? Okay. So this was with your exercise. I have given you maximum answers. Only few I have kept it for you to do it, and I know you will do it. Okay. So please complete the exercise. Read the lesson. If the concept is not understood, read it, hear it again and again so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, class. Now here is some activity. Visit the nearest sea coast from a higher location. Okay, if sea coast. Now near Pune, is there any sea coast? Okay, but still you can visit. Observe the waves approaching the coast. See if the approaching waves change their direction. with the help of your teacher, find the answers to why this change occur. Okay, just observe it first, then we will discuss that really does the waves change their direction and how does the wave move. Next, collect information from the internet about how electricity is generated from waves. Find places where such electricity is being generated. Okay, so this is your activity which you have to complete it. Okay class, so with this we have done with our third lesson, that is tides. Okay, please, if you are not feeling that you are not in link, please read the lessons. Okay, because when teacher is there, she revises it in and again. It's not possible, but you can read the lesson and then you can come to know that from where we have started, what we have done, what is left, and all those things. Clear? So please now complete the exercise and read the lesson and learn the question answers. Okay.